Hi guys, I'm just here to bring you my latest project. Basically it's a book, an altered book that I have made a kind of box out of, and then I have created a small journal that goes inside the box. So basically the outside of the book I have painted, stamped and then layered up this vintage sheet music with some decoupage napkin. It's got a vintage image here of this chap. Just got some pearly kind of trim, bit of lace down here, chipboard tile with some glossy accents and some dice which I just threw in for fun, and a little feather. It's got a little ticket there where you could kind of put the date or, you know, your name or place name or something like that. And then I've just layered it up with this buff coloured postcard image here. The back is plain other than the stamped images, and I've Mod Podged over the entire thing so it's kind of got a, you know, more durable cover and a wipe down cover. So going inside, the front cover of the book I have done basically the same as the front cover, where I have painted it, stamped it and then layered up this gorgeous image. Got some new napkins and absolutely lovely napkins. So I have just layered that up on a bit of greaseproof paper and then Mod Podged around the entire thing. There's a little ticket there and some more of the dice up there. And then on this side, obviously, is the hole. So it's very kind of shabby chic. It's not neat and tidy. I won't kind of pretend that it is. But it's basically been cut around with a craft knife. And then it's been Mod Podged and it's been distress inked. I've decoupaged a bit of napkin inside there just to coordinate nicely and done some stamping. More decoupaged napkin down in the corner and distress inked kind of over it all, and Mod Podged over the whole lot. So obviously I have done a little journal that sits in here, but obviously you could just take the journal out and then just use the box kind of for knickknacks and what have you. I haven't done a closure. I struggled for ages kind of thinking, should I do a closure? How should I do it? I've done these boxes in the past and I've done a ribbon tied at the side, but actually I quite liked it just kind of plain without a closure. I mean, the only thing is obviously once the journal's in, the journal's actually quite chunky for such a tiny journal, so it kind of doesn't necessarily lay flat. I left it kind of overnight with something pressed on it, and then it obviously was flat. But as soon as you take the journal out, obviously everything kind of pings open again, and so it doesn't kind of lay flat again. Obviously you could kind of make the journal thinner by taking out all of the pull-out bits, but I guess that kind of defeats the object of the journal, so you know, that's kind of how it is, I'm afraid. So the size of the journal is 16 centimetres by 10 centimetres, and then it's kind of 2.5 to 3 centimetres thick. And then the book itself is 24 centimetres by 16 centimetres. So I'm going to move the kind of box element out of the way and go into the journal itself. So the journal is just a soft cover made from some kind of thickish kind of cardstock, and it's all been coffee dyed. And then I've held it closed with just literally a hairband that I've then tied a few different ribbons round to create a bow. So that's that. Now on the front cover, I have layered it up with various laces, and I've just put some different papers and things. I've got one of those little stamped images on the fabric that I quite like making, and that's of a little bicycle, and it's just stitched onto hessian there. And then I've got some paper flower behind it, that's all been coffee stained. And then I've just got some pearl trim and some of this, I've heard people call it eyelet lace, so correct me if I'm wrong. Hopefully I've got that terminology right. So that's down there. And then it's got these two pockets. So in the first pocket there's just a tiny tag there, just with some sheet music and a bit of decoupage napkin on there. So that just goes in that one. And then on the top one, there is one of these tickets that I've just stitched onto some coffee stained cardstock. That just goes in there. And then going inside, I felt that actually there was a surprising amount of journaling space, given it's such a tiny album or such a tiny journal. But you know, you may or may not think so. So on the inside of the front cover, I've just got these couple of images, a little buff coloured frame and a little stamp from a book of stamps that I got. Again, all coffee dyed. And then I've just got a pull out journaling tag with a stamped image. That just tucks there. And then on the next page, it's just coffee dyed paper. And I have then created a corner pocket with some decoupage napkin onto the sheet music. I've got a couple of little pull-out booklets. So the first one is just from some scrapbook paper with some decoupage napkin on there. And then the next one is from some vintage sheet music with some decoupage napkin. And then it's got a few pages inside of coffee stained paper, and it's just been stapled together through the middle. That just goes in like that. And then on the next page, I just left it plain for journaling and did a corner stamp. Then in this page, I have created a belly band just with this vintage lace crochet lace trim. And then I've just decoupaged a lovely bird in the corner. And then I've just got a few items here that I've held together with an altar paper clip, just with some ribbon trim. And it's got a ticket there. And then there's a little fold out booklet, just with some decoupage napkin on the bottom. And then just another little fold out flip there with some more decoupage napkin on there. So that just holds together with the paper clip and then slots in to the belly band. Love that page. And then here on this page, there's quite a bit going on. So down the bottom, we've got a kind of cluster of items. There's a heart that's been distressing up. It's got some more of those fun dice. It's got a little envelope and some vintage lace and a little flower. And then tucked behind there, there's a little ticket. And then there's a little fold out kind of flap for more journaling there, and that just holds shut here behind the heart with the ticket. And in the side it's also a pocket, so in there it's just got some scrapbook paper with a little fold out kind of little booklet and with some layered up things on the corner. And then on the next page I've just done a top loading tuck spot with some decoupage napkin on the sheet music, and then I've just got this printable here that I thought just toned quite nicely with the journal, and then I've just got this fold out flip of some coffee stained paper with some decoupage napkin on there, and obviously the rest of the page is just plain for journaling anyway. Then these two spaces are just plain for journaling, just with some stamped corners. On the next page, again just left it plain and then some greaseproof paper. And then here on the next page, I've just got some layering going on with a doily, some script page, and a decoupage napkin image there of a butterfly. It's got a little fold-out booklet that acts as a little pocket there for a tiny little tag. And then this is the centre of the signature. The book's been stitched on the sewing machine. So this is actually just plain here. Just for journaling. And then here on the next page there is again different layering techniques. There's some doily here, there's a stamped image forming a pocket, and then there's some bits and bobs down the bottom with a stamp. Beautiful stamp there from New Zealand, but not a real stamp, just from my book. And a little flower, and this is just a stamped bird cage onto some fabric and stitched onto some hessian, and it's just layered up with some lace at the back. So they form a tuck spot for this little envelope that I've made. I've just decoupaged a butterfly on and stuck a postcard in on there, and then it's just got a little fabric stamped there saying Amor. And then inside there's just a printable that again I thought just toned quite nicely with the journal itself. That just tucks there and just tucks in behind the tuck spots. And then here, sorry, there is also a pocket, so another little journaling card there that pulls out. So that just tucks in like that. And then on the next page, here is some more of that greaseproof paper, and I've just decoupaged a bit of a napkin onto there. Again, a gorgeous image from my new napkins, the batch of new napkins that I got. Left the back plain, and then here there's actually a little three-way fold out kind of booklet. Oops. So that just gives more journaling space there. So I think there really is quite a lot of space here for writing and photos and things. And then that also acts as a little tuck spot for another one of those tickets, and also just a little bit of coffee dyed paper that just tucks up like that. And then on the next page there's just a top tuck spot there that's just been layered up with, this was actually a sticker, so I've backed it onto some paper so that it actually wasn't sticking to everything on the page, and then just layered it up with some doily and a little ticket there. Then there's a pull-out ticket like that, and then the rest of the page is actually free for journaling. And then on the next page I've just got again some more of that decoupage napkin on the sheet music, forming a corner tuck spot at the top here. It's got one of those dice, some flowers, and a little butterfly. And then I've just got a little pull out tag that's just kind of folded over at the middle, so it's kind of two, and that's just got some sheet music there layered up, and on this side it's got some sheet music, excuse me, there's bits of kind of glue sometimes trailing, and it's just layered up with this barcode saying always, and a little tag there, and a butterfly. And then here on this page I've just got a I don't know what you would call that, just a die cut shape basically, stuck down with some decoupage napkin and another dice, and then this kind of glittery thing that I've just fussy cut out from some paper, and a little flower, and then just tucked in a little printable there in the side, so again kind of more space for journaling. And then here on this page I've got another top loading pocket, and that's just got a couple of tags there that pull out. You just tuck up there. Then this page is free for journaling. And then here we're on the last page. I've got just a couple of things layered up here at the bottom. So a big kind of journaling spot there, and more of those dice. So the rest of the page is kept free for journaling, and I've got a coin envelope just with a little pull out stamped image there, kind of more journaling space, and that just goes in like as usual, kind of on the video. I actually can't now get it back in, all fingers and thumbs, and I shall do that in a moment, so otherwise I'm going to rush and kind of tear it. So here on the inside of the back cover, just left it free for journaling other than a little stamped image at the top, and then I've paper clipped on with an altered paper clip there, just this, which was just a free printable, but I thought it coordinated really nicely with all the colours of the decoupage napkin, so that's quite a big space for journaling there. And then also this little fold out kind of booklet, it's just got here, a moment lasts all of a second but the memory lives on forever, and that just opens out like that, and it's just got some decoupage napkin on there as well, and that just paper clips on like that. So I mean, as you can see, obviously kind of once it's open it does burst open rather, so getting it to kind of go flat into the space here in the box was actually quite tricky. So yeah, that's a bit of a shame really, but you know, I just thought it went really nicely in there, and actually kind of once it's squashed down in there then it holds okay. And obviously you know, once you start using it you may find that actually you don't really keep it in the box anyway, and the box might be used for other things, kind of, you know, altered paper clips or buttons or whatnot on your craft desk. And this journal actually being quite tiny like this is really nice for just chucking into your handbag and things and going out. So yeah, I was quite pleased with how it turned out. I was a bit sceptical as to how much journaling space I would actually get in the journal, but actually, you know, I think it worked out quite well. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to try and do another video in a moment of my latest embellishment kit. So I've just got one at the moment, but I'm going to try and work on another one this week before the week's out. So thanks very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks again, and have a great day.